Hi, I'm Reynolds with Allie's Organics, and I want to show you how to grow large sweet onions, the kind that we see in the stores that are really big and we're a little envious of. They actually can be grown at home. This is kind of what I'm meaning. If you have the right spot and you do the right things, you can get a nice big onion like this right here, or you can get little ones if you don't follow these tips. There are definitely some things that you can do to make your onions grow a lot bigger. First thing that I do in the fall time is I'll just get me a little pot and fill it up with some good potting soil. This is Happy Frog potting soil that I'm using. Then I get me some good seeds. You definitely want to have seeds that are going to produce a large sweet onion, like the Walla Walla, which is what this guy is. I take the whole entire packet, which is about 100 seeds, and just broadcast it in this little pot. Seems like a lot in a little guy, but you're going to be removing them later. Then I just put in just a little bit of soil over the top, maybe 1/4 of an inch. Keep this watered, keep it in a windowsill, or if you've got a greenhouse, that would be even better. Another thing you could do is just broadcast the seed in a cold frame and put a little bit of compost over the top of the seed. Keep them well watered. Once they get about 6 inches tall, then that's when you're going to want to transplant those. You can actually plant an onion in the fall time if you live in a warmer area. If you live in an area where it gets down into the teens during the winter time, then you may want to cover it with some row cover. This is just Agribon. It's good for winter. It just helps it if your soil gets too cold. It just kind of protects the onions because they'll heave up a little bit if that soil stays cold. But if your ground stays frozen, wait until spring before planting your onions. I actually plant my onions in November around here. We're in southern Utah. So then the next thing to do, and this is really important, is to add lots of compost to your soil. Work your soil. You want it to be really loose and friable. We want to make sure that it's worked really good, and then we're going to also add some bone meal to it. Bone meal is about 5 pounds per 100 square foot, and I actually like to take my onions and plant them on the outsides of the beds. That way it doesn't take up much space in the garden, and I just basically line the beds. Work this in really good, and then add lots of compost. The best compost is an animal manure compost rather than a forest product. You always get bigger bulbs with it. Another thing that makes them really big is the azomite. Azomite is a mineral. It just makes for bigger, plumper bulbs. Put that in there. Work your soil really good. Add your compost in there really good. And then with your onions that have grown up, they should be about 6 inches tall, or they can actually be this size, but no bigger than this. So you just use a little thing to poke a hole. This is a dibbler. You just want to cover that white part of the bulb. Firm that soil in around it, keep them well watered, and then come summertime, this is what you got.